wanna stay right here with you. As the rest we fall until it all breaks down. But I need it so I will stay around. When you're all messed up, it's a great relief to be understood. It's a shame still waters run deep. So let us walk right into the forest, to the trees and the rising sun. It is something we can't outrun. I do whatever it takes to hold you, whatever it takes to you. Wanna be in this game for two. When it all comes down, do you feel alive? Are you feeling lost? You were made to fly, but you're so much more than a memory. It is not easy. It's a shame still waters run deep. As the rest we fall till it all breaks down. But I need it so I will stay around. And when you're all messed up, it's a great relief to be understood. It's a shame still waters run deep. What the hell? Still waters run deep. Listen up now. When it all comes down, do you feel alive? Are you feeling lost? That you were made to fight, but you're so much more than a memory. It's not easy. You were made to fight. It's a shame still waters run deep. If you want to, I'll get you flowers waiting around the bend. Baby, let's just pretend. I wanna stay like this forever. I wanna stay right here with you. Wanna stay right here with you. As the rest we fall until it all breaks down. But I need it so I will stay around. When you're all messed up, it's a great relief to be understood. It's a shame still waters run deep. So let us walk right into the forest, to the trees and the rising sun. It is something we can't outrun. understood. It's a shame still waters run deep. What the hell? Still waters run deep. Listen up now. When it all goes down, do you feel alive? Are you feeling lost? That you were made to fight, but you're so much more than a memory. It's not easy. You were made to fight. It's a shame. Still waters run deep. If you want to, I'll get you flowers waiting around the bend. Baby, let's just pretend. I wanna stay like this forever. I wanna stay right here with you. I wanna stay right here with you. As the rest we fall until it all breaks down. But I need it so I will stay around. When you're all messed up, it's a great relief to be understood. It's a shame still waters run deep. So let us walk right into the forest, to the trees and the rising sun. It is something we can't outrun. I do whatever it takes to hold you, whatever it takes to you. Wanna be in this game for two. When it all comes down, do you feel alive? Are you feeling lost? You were made to fly, but you're so much more than a memory. It is not easy. It's a shame still waters run deep. As the rest we fall till it all breaks down. But I need it so I will stay around. And when you're all messed up, it's a great relief to be understood. It's a shame still waters run deep. What the hell? Still waters run deep. Listen up now. When it all goes down, do you feel alive? Are you feeling lost? That you were made to fight, but you're so much more than a memory. It's not easy. You were made to fight. It's a shame. Still waters run deep. If you want to, I'll get you flowers waiting around the bend. Baby, let's just pretend. I wanna stay like this forever. I wanna stay right here with you. I wanna stay right here with you. As the rest we fall until it all breaks down.
G'day and welcome to Duckzilla Gaming and our Saturday night live stream. Hopefully everything's going right. I'm just going to watch the stream just for 2 secs and make sure that's not going to peter out like I did this morning. Hey Robert, DJ. Seems to be okay at the moment, so we'll just continue on and see where we end up. Okay. So we did try and do some streaming in here this morning. We got a little bit of stuff done. We got field 40 on the side here on the left hand side ploughed, and we also purchased some more fields which are over here on the right hand side, which we've got to plough in and sow. So in the meantime, with it all crashing and everything, we've got to get those fields ready to go. So the first plan is to go down and get the seeder with this guy, and we'll get him working on field 40 while we are ploughing up the other 3 grass fields. Yes, we're ploughing up grass fields. So I am in the Discord channel as well, for those that may be interested. It's not the open channel though, it's the VIP one. So those of you that are moderators / Patreons are free to join in on that channel, and certainly be some fun if you were, but it's all good if not as well. So apparently I've left our seeder here somewhere. Must be over in the back here. I can't remember where I dropped it off. Oh, there it is there. Alright. So we're assuming this 7 series is going to have enough to pull this. It should do. Although field 40 has got a bit of a rise in it. Okay. Yes, Bathurst. Reynolds is on pole. I haven't seen the qualify. I'm going to watch that later tonight. Not sure how I feel about that. The top 10 is basically, to me, effectively a lot of unknowns. Although Van Gisbergen was up there at one point, I believe. But, yeah, I'm getting a bit old now, so all the old favourites are sort of fading off into retirement. But anyway, it'll still be a good race tomorrow. So qualifying was good. Well, thanks, Robert. Don't want to know any more. No spoilers. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to head up here and sow field 40. I'm not sure what we should put in there. So any suggestions from the floor? Don't say sugar beets or potatoes because it ain't happening. And bear in mind, we'll have to check our ground temperature as well. Our ground temperature is 6 degrees, so we're not going to be able to plant corn or sunflower. So basically it's going to be wheat, canola or barley, pretty much. I think the actual race starts at 9:30 or 10 thereabouts, but there's all the lead up before that. Hey, Dad Dex, long time no see. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Alright, we might just have to make a command decision here, I think. Very delayed in opening that seed at that time. Alright, what we will do is we will let's have a look at the map, see what we've got up there already. So we have plenty of wheat. Or is that actually sown? Yeah, we've got plenty of wheat. So it's definitely going to be canola or soybeans. I think we might do some soybeans because they're more profitable generally. So soybeans it is. Right. Now let's set up a course. We're going to send him on a play course. We're going to do one headland, and that should be fine. Okay, And we're going to get him started. We were going to get him started. What's he doing? Oh, okay. That's better. No. No. Right, where are you going? Alright, let's try that again. Those of you that don't use course play, sometimes it does get a little bit finicky. Let's see if he does that. Hey, Mad Skipman, how are you, buddy? Welcome to the stream. We're just trying to sort out our I think it's Matilda was actually working on this field. Let's see. Probably going to go into loop-the-loop mode. All right. Come on, find the course. All right. Are you paying tonight? Right, maybe that's it. Maybe we finally got him. Or her. Her. So it could be Matilda or Elizabeth on that. Anyway. Looks like good to go. Alright, excellent. Right, now we're going to let her go. We're going to jump on over to the 9R. Now the 9R is what we had out earlier today. This beast here. And that's what we're going to use to do our ploughing on these fields. Alright, so let's head off. Now, I was saying this morning, I've all but never used the big tractors, so the 9R, the Challenger, the Class version that I've got. Mainly because that was before the wheel. I didn't have controlling it was a bit more of a pain in the bum, but certainly now using the wheel it is a lot easier to control these tracked beasts and also the articulated tractors. So don't mind using them so much now. So anyway, all right, so here we are. So these are the fields we've got to plough. So there's fields 19, 20, and that far one over there, which is field 17, I think. But that's what we're going to get into. So we're going to head in here. Mind that we don't knock down the fence posts. Alright, now we'll unfold. And then we'll be off. Skipman says, doing good, thanks. Just got home from work. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good for a Saturday night. Unfortunately, our football team didn't win. Their semi-final, but hey, that our season hasn't really started. It was the pre-season competition, and yeah, it wasn't very good. But anyway, it is what it is. All right, now this thing will fly with this John Deere plough. as we get lost in the trees. All right. DJ, you going to pop in chat? Or are you busy doing other stuff as well? Or are you just worn out after last night? So for those that didn't tune in last night, we did the American Truck Simulator Oregon DLC stream, and had a bit of a laugh on that, especially with the second job we did. It was quite amusing, more so for everyone else other than myself, because we didn't make any money at all on that run, and we were about 18. Oh, what did we work out? About 24 hours late for our job, but no, it was a good night. If you got ATS, I thoroughly recommend the new DLC Oregon. It's got some wonderful detail in it, and a good variety of new jobs and that to do, so go check it out. Alright, so we're at the point here where we've got a fair bit of money still up our sleeves, so we can do a lot of expansion, but I don't want to get to the point of owning all the fields too early, because then that's just, we're rushing around doing too much work. We've got plenty of sheep at the moment. I think we're just shy of 600. What are we at now? Let me read that. 596. So just shy of 600 sheep, which we don't have to check on at the moment, because in this morning's aborted live stream, or the one that was cancelled thanks to our internet provider providing us with a dicky upload this morning, we fixed them up this morning, gave them some more feed and fixed up their water, all that sort of stuff, so we don't have to worry about them. We've also managed our wool, so our wool supply, our pallets were all filled up, so we've moved them out of the way. We do have to go and collect them and put them in the wool wool storage barn, which we may well do after we finished ploughing these fields, because it's certainly not going to take as long to get into the ploughing. And I think we've only got the one seeder at the moment, so we're going to be a little bit limited with seeding, unless I go out and buy a new seeder, which is probably on the cards. This map, Gwenddyr, is a lovely map. We are playing the Welsh map with the Welsh Geo mod with seasons, and looking forward to the experience on this map. So we currently in our fourth day of spring, and I muffed that turn up. And we're running a 6-day season cycle. So 2 more days till we get to summer. And we'll be at the point then when we can start harvesting our fields. Alright, so that's that field done. I want to see if there's a gate down here to go over to, what is it, field 17. It is 17. Otherwise, I don't know how I'm going to access 17. I might have to do it from the other side somewhere. Alright, well, we'll have to go up and do field 20 initially. And then we'll see where we access it from. Alright, tight turn with the tracks, it's okay. It's just a matter of whether we can get the plough through. Might have to do a little bit of reversing up and making sure we can come in at a better angle. That's better. Alright, so I'll unfold again and we'll get in and finish this field off. Alright, away we go again. But one thing with using this, you can do some very, very tight turns. As long as you don't mind goosenecking your trailer or your attached unit or appliance or whatever. But can be good, can be bad. Oh, just caught that fence post. So I don't know where we get access to that field 17. That's going to be a bit of a search mission for that one. Because it doesn't butt onto the road going into the farmyard, so I don't know where that entrance is going to be. But I'm sure we'll find it. I mean, we can always just cut through the hedges, but that sort of defeats the purpose. And we don't want to be doing that. So there'll be a gate there somewhere. It's just a matter of finding where. So for those that may or may not be interested, we did do some trials today of recording in 4K. Not so much of a problem recording in 4K. I mean, it was a little bit stuttery. I think I've just got to fine tune those settings a little bit. But it wasn't too bad, but there's certainly a bit more stuttering than what there is certainly in recording in 1080p. But I'm not so sure I'm going to jump into the 4K as yet. I might need to have a bit more RAM in this box to run that, although in saying that I've still got 16 gig, but I may just give it a little bit more of an overhead to utilise. Yeah, we'll keep playing with it behind the scenes and see what we can do, and then at some point hopefully we can certainly upgrade that and do the 4K. The only problem with that is obviously the file size is about 3 to 4 times the size of 1080p, obviously. And it should be at least double. I'm not so sure about the 3 or 4, but it's certainly encoding that way at the moment. So the upload time will be significantly longer as well. So yeah, it's one of the looking at the pros and cons, that's one of the cons in relation to that. Alright, let's go and find this gate to 17. What we might do is we might just park the tractor there. And we'll go for a bit of a wander down through here. Oops. There we go, there's a gate there. There's a gate there. Alright, so we can access it through here. And then down in here. Is that the only gate? I think it must be. Yep, looks like it. So, to get down here, we've got to come back down through field 21, basically. Which is a bit problematic. We don't want to be damaging our fields. But we should be able to do it okay. So we either come down here on field 20 and then flick through to 21, or go through on 21, the gate on 21, which is probably the easiest. So we'll do that straight away. Just being mindful to keep off the field. Alright, so we'll just reverse him up a bit while we're doing that. You can see Matilda or Elizabeth, whoever it is over in there, is powering away. Now we would like to get a no, we're not going to do that because we will damage that field. So what we'll do is we'll back this up. And what we'll do is we will go down this field, go down field 21. Trying to not get caught up on the gate post. Alright. Go in through here, and again, try and not damage our crop. I mean, we might have to do some damage on it. In fact, I don't even know if this thing will actually do damage, the actual 9R. Oh, I know the plough will with its wheels, but it's probably not the point where we can do any damage to it at this point in time. But we'll keep off it anyway as best we can. Alright, so we made it in here now. So unfold the plough again. Now hopefully by the time we finish this and then go put the plough and that away, we should be about ready to begin some fertilisation. So we'll go over and grab probably either the New Holland or one of the 7 series John Deeres, and we'll bring the fertiliser spreader over and quickly fertilise all these fields, and then we'll get into sowing them. So we'll be sowing canola and barley particularly for these 4 fields over this side. As we run into a tree. So I think at 11 PM we're still a bit early for some. Certainly for some of our residents in the US and stuff like that, I think it's a little bit early for them, 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. So we don't expect to see many of them about at the moment, but that's okay. We're just we're here. We've got nothing better to do other than to do this, other than recording general episodes. But after this morning, we did want to get some work done on Gwenddyr, so that's why we are here. Alright, so we've got the header row done. And we'll do some sort of east-west runs, I guess. We have got some rain coming as well on the forecast, as you can see. So we won't be doing any ploughing if it's raining. As we started setting up for our low note, we're going to play this semi-realistic. I haven't posted the rules or anything for this in the comments of the video or anything as yet. But basically we're going to not plough or sow when it's raining. We're not going to harvest when it's raining. Just some basic stuff like that. We're not going to cheat any money in or anything else like that. We've got to pay for everything. We're going to use we are going to try and use fertilizer bags and all that sort of stuff going forward. The first iteration we just bought the fertilizer and the seeds from the farm, but we will use the bags most likely. Actually no, we won't for this one because we've used the bags enough on the others. So for this one we won't use the bags, but certainly we'll be buying everything and doing all that sort of stuff. So trying to keep it reasonably real. Alright, so just come back and tidy that little corner, and then we'll be done for all our ploughing. And then we need to do, like I said, we need to get our fertilizer spreader and get some fertilizer on the field, and then we'll do some seeding. that's all done. Go back in cab now. I'm not sure if I got anyone that got caught up on that post there. Not sure if we got anyone in the channel again at the moment, or in watching at the moment, but that's okay. So I've just cut the side of this one. All right. I'll take the 9R and the plough back to the farm. So we're very, very close to the farm where we are now. I believe... No, it looks like the our hired hand is still just finishing off field 40. I think most of it's done by the look of it. But we'll go up. We'll actually use that tractor and that seeder. Like I said, that's the only seeder we've got at the moment, I'm pretty sure. And we'll get those other fields seeded by hand. I'm going to take this plough over the back in our storage area. We do have a bit of a grass issue, we've noticed. The grass has grown through some of the concrete slabs and that. We do need to fix all that up. But that'll be a job for a day when it's wet. What we'll do is we'll just park this here. That's just out of the way. Alright, put the 9R back in the shed. Bit weird, any game of mine that we see a shed full of John Deeres, but that's what we're doing. Alright. Alright, it will suffice right there. Now what we'll do is we'll okay, so our hired hand has finished, so it's going to jump over there. There we go, so that was good timing. Clear the course out. Let's see what sort of a job they did. Oh, not too bad. I think what we might do though is we might just clean that area up a little bit. Actually, no, we won't. That's alright, it's not too bad. We'll leave it as it is. Oh, that's right, we're going to do some fertilising first, won't we? Alright, well let's just move this down here to the gate. Okay, so we'll leave him there. And we'll find what other John Deeres. This one will do. Alright. One of the little glitches with this mod is that steering wheel shake when you first come into the tractor. You don't get it once you've started the engine and you're moving off and that, but it is present there certainly when you first come into it. Alright, now fertiliser spreader's in there, so we're going to reverse up near our combine, our little New Holland. Alright, attach him on, and now we'll head up. Well, helps if we go in the forward gear, not the reverse gear. And we'll head on over to our fuels and get them started. So if you haven't seen this mod, this Pretty sure it was on FS UK. It's a 7 Series John Deere with the real GPS mod installed, which is a fantastic mod. So do go check it out. And on that information screen there, you can actually change the modes and get the real GPS mode up and have some fun with that. It's not really interactive like the GPS mod, but it certainly will show your location on the minimap. Tassie Nate's in the house. How are you, Taz? It is a nice, for a JD it's nice, mate. I'm not a huge fan of the JDs, as everyone knows. But it's probably one of the nicer JD models I've seen in relation to clarity and textures and all that sort of stuff. So no, I don't mind this one. Of any JD, this is my favourite. Oh, it helps if I get some fertiliser. Alright. It was unfortunate this morning, Taz. We had a fee came into my live stream on this map. But our wonderful supplier, Telstra, our upstream dropped down to about 1,000 and it just wouldn't pick back up again. So yeah, it died a pretty quick death. But anyway, we're back again tonight. So far, touch wood, knock on the head, it seems to be going okay. Alright, now I've got to find where our fertiliser is. Because I can't remember. Was it around the back? Nope, definitely not. I might have to go buy some bags. Yeah, I noticed you had a pretty late start. I did like that 4K video you put out, mate. That was good. As I said, I'm jealous. Anyway, alright. So we've got to find our seed and our fertiliser. There's got to be some down here somewhere. Unless it's at the other farm. Could be just at the other farm. Let's have a look. It's not going to be here. Oh, this is that bug with that tractor. Alright, sometimes I've found, and Tassie, I don't know if you found it, with that tractor, sometimes you hop out and it actually locks your movement. And you have to alt-tab to something else to get it moving in. No, it's definitely not going to be there. Alright, let's go back up through here. Alright. Oh, it might have been over there. Okay, alright. Used to stream in 4K, but not many people can watch it. Yeah, it's it is a bit of a resource hog, I guess, but it is nice to watch. But if you move back, the wheels, if you move back, it will free you. Oh, okay, all right, I might have to give that a go. It's the only real annoying thing, that and the steering wheel shake when you sort of first get into it. But other than that, it's a great mod. Alright, let's see if we can get some fertiliser here. And we can. Alright, so I'll buy a trailer load full of fertiliser. My apologies, I had to just turn the mic off for a sneeze. I apologise for anyone that's in Discord, although I don't think anyone's in Discord at the moment. It was one of those ones that just sort of hangs there and just doesn't want to come out, and then all of a sudden it's there. But anyway, all good. Alright, so now we should be able to go in here and get these fields fertilised nice and quick. Amazing what difference it makes when you've actually got fertiliser. Now it'd be nice to see some more mod makers get this real GPS mod integrated in their mods. I'm not so sure how many will actually do it, seeing as we're sort of getting close to the end of 17. But then again, it is and it isn't, because there's going to be a lot of people that will continue playing. Oh, I know, I've heard of a lot of people that aren't going to go straight to 19 until there's a fair few mods come out. They're not going to play the vanilla version, all that sort of stuff, which is it's fine. It's everyone's choice. But yeah, so it'd be nice to see a few others do it. I would also like to hope that the guys that have produced the real GPS mod certainly work on it rather early for Farming Simulator 19, so as we can get maximum benefit of it through there. But again, time will tell, and we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, so it's going to cross down here to get 17 done. Trying to keep off the field as best we can. Okay. In fact, we probably could fertilise field 21 as well while we're here, other than the fact we've not got narrow tyres on this. So, we received yesterday the new fact sheets, Friday fact sheets for Farming Simulator 19, and of course the most important one that's going to come out for Farming Simulator 19 full stop was in that release, and that's for the Krone Big M 450, and it looks magnificent. We certainly can't wait to get our hands on that. The first thing we'll be driving in Farming Simulator 19 will be the Krone Big M, for obvious reasons. But yeah, there was also a Volta T. There was a... Oh, I'm trying to think now. I think it was a manure spreader. And what else was there? I can't think off the top of my head now. The Big M, Volta T, the trailer, and... Oh, that's right, the New Holland skid steer loader. Again, not something that I tend to use. I don't tend to go to the skid steer loaders. I tend to have... more issues with, I mean, have enough trouble loading with telehandlers and tractors with loaders on it, but yeah, it's certainly looks to be okay. The models look fantastic, as you would expect, and it'd be good to see them up and running in action. Now, as I alluded to the other day as well, I haven't done anything really in the way of covering Farming Simulator 19 as yet. I'm aware of that. I'm not forgetting to do it. What we are going to do in the next week or two, we're going to do a bit of a cover story on 19, and what we'll do is we'll cover all the fact sheets, all the stuff we know so far, and sort of do an overview of the upcoming release. So hopefully that will provide a lot of insight or some information that you may or may not already know. But there is a lot of information out there about 19 already, and there's more and more coming. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys out there are looking forward to it. I certainly have my pros and cons, the things I am looking forward to, things I'm not. I'm not going to do a rant tonight. I've done a few too many of those lately on the live streams in relation to certain elements of 19. But yeah, no, looking forward to it. Particularly obviously the Big M. I mean, that's an important part for me personally, but also the cotton farming, the big cotton modules. Really looking forward to those. So yeah, and then hopefully someone again will come out nice and quick in 19 with a standard cotton baler, similar to what we're using at the moment, the JD. Well, not at the moment, but as we have previously here on the channel, because it was good fun using that as well. Go down through this bottom gate. Right, so we've got 18 to do now. All right. Again, this won't take too long. So what do you guys think there is in the way of highlights of 19? What's the highlight you're looking forward to, and what's the low light if you have any? I think my biggest concern with it is I think one of the things they may have done wrong, and I'm obviously second guessing. I don't know exactly what Giants were thinking at the time in developing it. I think one of the things they've done wrong this time around is they've concentrated too much on equipment. There is so much more they could have done in relation to farming and crop types and all that sort of stuff. I mean, look, pure farming is no measure to Farming Simulator series, but its crop diversity outstrips Farming Simulator by miles. And I really think that Giants have missed the boat by just adding oats and cotton. I think they could have done a lot more in relation to that. And I'm a little bit disappointed in the way that that's all they did do. It'd be nice if they come out prior to the game being released saying, oh, here's a surprise for you, here's a couple of extra crops or some orchards or whatever else. But I can't see that happening, obviously. But it would be nice to see. But who knows? Who knows what can happen? I mean, the first DLC, I think, will be a John Deere DLC. I think, as some others have suggested, I think they're going to hold back the JD equipment on release. And here, this is why we've heard the crying about, oh no, there's only one JD combine. I don't care about that so much. I understand them only having one combine and say 3, maybe 4 tractors and maybe a telehandler or something else. But I do really think probably the first DLC will be a John Deere DLC, but that's just me. And Virtual Farmer's in the house. Speaking about people that know all about Farming Simulator 19, he's just turned up. The Oracle of Farming Simulator 19. How are you, Virtual Farmer? Nice to see you. Oh, and Simulation for the Nation's in here as well. Oh, fantastic. How are you, gents? Long time no see. I know our timings don't sort of align very well. Hey, you're stealing my catchphrase, Sim. Right, now that's not going to apply. What am I doing? Leave him there and turn him off. We're doing that far too early. Right, let's take the seeder back to the... Oh, we've done it again. All right. Yes, they are indeed. They are indeed. Although I do make sure I catch up with you guys belatedly where I can. I haven't of late because real life's been a bit of a hiccup there. But anyway, still keeping tracks. So Virtual, we've been talking about 19. I'll be interested to know, particularly from you two gents, you and Sim, what's your most or what are you looking forward to the most with 19? It'd be very interesting to see. And if you say John Deere, I'll be very disappointed. So for those of you that aren't aware, by the way, please go check out our friends Tassie Nate, Virtual Farmer, and Simulation for the Nation, and their YouTube channels. They've all got some great content out there, and you certainly won't miss a beat by going and checking them out. So please make sure you go check them out. We dream of becoming the same status as what they are, but yeah, no, they're great lads, and they put some great content out. So please make sure you go check them out, and you won't miss anything there. The starting from scratch, yeah, I must admit I'm sort of looking forward to that as well. So for those of you that may not be aware, that's the fact that in 19 you can actually start a farm from scratch and do all the placeables and all that sort of stuff, which will be very interesting. I'll check on that grass. Yeah, I might go mow that anyway. Yeah, so that'll be good. Now I don't think I've got. I know I haven't got a big M, but I also haven't bought my mowers. All right, let's fix that. The new mission system. Okay, I wasn't aware the mission system has sort of changed at all. I must have missed that. I'll have to go back and watch your videos on it then. So what's changed in the mission system then? Oh, I'm after mower. Now I could also always just go the big M. I could go the 5 bars, but I think what we'll do... oh, I don't have the John Deere one. Alright, well, it's going to be the... let's go the lilies. I'll buy that. And we'll buy that. Alright, now I need to find a tractor. That I can use for it. We'll use you actually. Oh, Joss has he? Okay, so mission system's been redesigned. So hopefully you make a bit more money from it too. That was my big issue with the mission system. So Sim says you get a lot more flexibility. You get to use your own equipment or lease your equipment to complete the task at hand. Virtual Farmer says the same thing. Well, that sounds good. I wasn't aware of that. Must have missed that entirely. Okay. So that would hopefully then mean that, yeah, it'll be a lot more profitable doing the missions if you're using your own equipment. One would think. Now we do know that lime has been added, and that's going to be used in place of ploughing, and I'm led to believe that's for after the first harvest. So you'll plough the first time through, and then for the subsequent harvests, and ploughing and harvesting, you'll use sorry, I'm concentrating in. You'll use the lime to give you your 10% boost. VF says also there are transport missions and grass missions. Grass missions. Well, that's got to be a win-win. Well, there you go. That include baling and delivering the hay. Baking the hay, you reckon, Virtual? Yeah, baling. Oh, that sounds good. See, this is why I need to get in contact with you guys more, because you guys have got your finger on the pulse. I was just saying a bit ago before you joined the stream, we haven't really covered FS17 at all really here. We're obviously covering fact sheets and all that sort of stuff as they come out, but I was just saying that I'm about to sort of concentrate on getting an FS19 video done, so we can look at all the stuff that's been released, all what we know, and do all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's good. Thanks for the info. But yeah, now I'm looking forward to the missions. Sounds good. All right, now I should be able to enter these fields up here. So they're not full for harvest, but we're going to get started and just cut some grass, just because we need something to do, but also we need to stock up on bales for our sheep, because the 600 sheep, I think might have just got to 600 today in today's day. They go through the grass very, very quickly, and the other problem with that is that the grazing mod, even though it's installed, is on quite a small field. So yeah, we've got those issues. All right. So no big M. Sim's off to record, so I'll mute you for a little bit. That's all right, Sim. Not a problem. I understand. Take care, buddy. Thanks for popping in. So obviously we're not going to get anywhere near as much grass off this as we'd probably like, but it gives us a bit of a start. Let's see how we go with doing it in cab. This will probably be atrocious. Oh, I was saying goodbye to Sim. I didn't mean for you. Or did I say virtually instead of Sim? I apologise if I did. So I noticed Rainbow Dave has been invited to go over and get a bit of a preview look and play of the game. Have you got another invite? Are you going over again soon or something? Or is there something going on there that you can let us know, VF, that I've missed? It wasn't anything I said. Hang on. Yeah, so is there something coming up? Now, I'm assuming you wouldn't be able to say if you did anyway, but I reckon it's pretty safe to say you've probably got an early copy, or you will be getting an early copy, which is great. I reckon that's fantastic. The likes of yourself and all that should definitely be looking at that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it in many ways, but there's many aspects of it I'm not. And I guess the disappointing part, like I said before, it's just the crops. Oh, you are so that'd be when Rainbow's going over as well, is it? I don't know what dates he was going over, but I do know he announced the fact he was going over. That would make some sense. We'll have to. Okay, all right. So they're staggering it a bit. Well, that'll be very interesting. So you're going to be live streaming there, or just recording, or neither, or both? Awesome, awesome. So I'll make sure that we promote your live streaming as much as we can. So for those of you that are watching this now, or watching it on replay, make sure you go over and check out the Virtual Farmer's channel and subscribe and hit that little bell. The same as for everyone else that's down below in my comments, including Tassie Nate and all that sort of stuff. Go and subscribe. Hit that alarm bell, and if you do that for Virtual Farmer and also for Rainbow Dave, you'll be updated when they are live streaming from Giants headquarters, I'm assuming, with the most up-to-date version of Farming Simulator 19. So looking forward to that. That should be fantastic. Sending you home with a copy. Well, you know, you could always ask for another copy to come down under, along with the other 5,000 people that have asked you the same thing. If you could find a collector's edition lying around, VF, because us Aussies don't get a chance to get that. So a collector's edition would be nice. Oh, you'll be streaming on Giant's channel. Okay, well there you go. So as well as actually going and subbing and doing Virtual Farmer's channel, make sure you go and you're already set up for the Giants official channel, its official farming simulator channel, because the live streams will be going up there. So there you go. The latest and greatest news from Virtual Farmer. Yeah, but at least you'll be able to get a CE copy VF. And you may have to pay for it, but at least you'll be able to get one. We can't even get them over here. Can't get them shipped, can't do anything. So yeah, we're the proverbial dags on the sheep's bum. If you do get collector's editions, they're normally like about a year later because no one else has bought them. For the British ones generally, but or the European ones. The American ones we tend to get. So if it's an American distributor, no, Amazon won't ship it external. Won't ship it to Australia. The same sort of problem we had with the US, but I use a shipping company for the US, so I sort of get around that. But yeah, I think Amazon UK is basically the same now as Amazon US because the Australian government hooked into them and Apple and sent them a huge bill for dodging paying their appropriate taxes in Australia. And they've forced them, for any business they do, they have to add the 10% GST, which wasn't there previously. And certainly for Amazon US, and I'm assuming the same for UK, Amazon just went, well, it's all too hard for us to add 10% for an Australian customer, so we're just going to block all Australian customers from buying from us. Which really is quite offensive to us. Now, Amazon have just sent up Amazon Australia, and its prices are ridiculously high, which is always the problem. We always get price gouged. But it's going to be an abject failure the way they're going because it's no one's going to it because of the fact the prices are too high and we're not getting the same stuff. I will, mate. I will. I'll let you know. But yeah, so I mean, it's just one of those things. But hey, it is what it is. We're used to it down here. All right. Yeah, that'd be lovely. We'll have a chat. We'll see what we can work out. I mean, I've already got it on Steam. I've actually got 4 copies of it on Steam. Thanks to our lovely Patreons and subscribers and donations through Streamlabs. I've got 4 Steam copies, 3 to give away. So certainly we'll be able to play it on day 1. But the collector's edition would be nice. But anyway, doesn't matter. We'll be there. We'll play the game. We'll showcase it, and we'll do what we can. All right. I know that rain's not too far off. So we've got to get in, mow this, and then in fact I've done it at the wrong time, knowing there's rain coming. We're going to have to come down. We're going to have to windrow this and bale it and get it away very, very quickly. So if it does start raining before we get that done, we're going to lose some of what crop we do have here, grass-wise. So oh, actually, VF, I do have a favour to ask of you, actually. I do have a favour. There's one thing I'm going to ask you to do for me if you can when you're over there on Giants and you're live streaming. If you get a chance. You need to pull out the big M for me. You need to pull it out and run it through its paces. I have to make sure that it's the 100% what we want. Got to make sure Duck Sorley gives it the Lord of the Grass tick of approval. I mean, 95% of your viewers won't even understand that, but that's fine. I'll be appreciative of it. I know Bullet Bill was one of the first ones to sort of let me know that the fact sheet had dropped for the 450, and straight away I'm in his channel saying, oh, well, there you go, that's the most important, and you would have seen it. I said, well, there's the most important fact sheet for Farming Simulator 19 out, but and then I get all the normal, oh geez, here we go. Good. Well, just make sure you stop on the crone tab for a long period of time, and then take it out and mow some grass with it. Because certainly for my viewers, I mean, I give them fair warning. The first live stream I do, or the first video I do on Farming Simulator 19, will incorporate mowing of grass with the Big M. So fair warning. I think everyone's pretty much used to that now on my channel. All right, so that's finished our mowing. So now we need to get back, get our windrower, and get the rest of this stuff put away. It is an expensive piece of kit. Yeah, well, that's right. If you're starting from scratch, it's not going to be an easy buy. I know that. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to drop this guy off with the mowers at the little farm over here, because all the grass, most of the grass fields over this side we're going to be mowing, so we'll leave it over this side. Yeah, it is expensive. It's I think it was 300,000, wasn't it? Just shy thereof. But yeah, Darren Cassell, hello mate. All the high flyers are here tonight. Well, been and gone. Those who aren't aware, Darren is a wonderful map maker for Farming Simulator 17, and hopefully he's going to continue that with 19, which we'll wait and see with bated breath. How are you, Darren? DJ's still here. That's good to see. All right, as we go through the hedge. All right. So he's going to park this guy in here. We don't really need him over at the other farm at the moment. Got more than enough vehicles over there, but we do need to go over there now and get the do need to go over there and get the windrower, if I've got the windrower over there. Let's have a look. Where's our windrower? And what have I got as a windrower? I can't remember what we bought. Oh, we got the Merge Max. Okay. All right. So let's got plenty of 7 series. All right, let's take this one. This will do. Now, I'm led to believe one of the good things that's coming out of 19 is they have fixed the rain coming through the roof. That'll be good to see. Daniel's creeping through the hedge. Okay. All right. How you been, Darren? All right. Now there's our baler that we'll be using, John Deere. What I should probably do is take another tractor down there with me. But we won't. We'll just take the risk. Well, all right. So I turn in here. Not quite. Oh, he's playing with Blender. Nice, nice. I opened Blender once, and I treated it basically the same as Giant's Editor. I closed it straight away. It was something that I didn't plan on getting into. Mind you, I mean, I've got a couple of guys at work that are basically professionals at Blender and Maya and all that sort of stuff. Not that I can use them to actually make anything for me, but certainly I have access to some very good oracles of knowledge. But yeah, it doesn't interest me at all. And my little foray into Giants editor of late, putting in the water trough add-on and also attempting the grazing mod, which was an abject failure. Yeah, I'm not going back to GE in a hurry either. So I can do the water trough add-on on every map except for what's the one I can't get to work on? Lone Oak Farm. I can get it installed on Lone Oak Farm and have the pieces there, but then when you go to the game, they just don't show up. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. I've just taken the wrong road. I should have gone the other one. Anyway, yeah. So my skills at GE are very good at turning a big M or a truck into a brick. I can do that quite successfully, but in relation to making anything or putting down a texture plane or anything else, nah. I even tried sort of flattening just a piece of land and couldn't do that. So no, that's it. I give up. All you modders are perfectly safe. I'm not going to take any money or jobs off you. You can have it all to yourselves. Just became a necessary evil. Yeah, well, a lot of people have sort of said that. I mean, I don't understand the whole process of the modding. I'm assuming the basic mod. I mean, I know a lot of people buy pre-canned models, as if I'm correct there, like the 3D model, and then they make the adjustments in, I'm assuming, just GE, and then do the coding and that. But yeah, for making it from scratch, like for instance, that great looking, I think it's a tipper that Matt XJS is doing for 19. It's obviously being done in Blender or something along those lines, Blender, Maya, whatever, or Maya, however you want to pronounce it. I thought I was going a bit close to that post. Yeah, so I just I can't get my head around it, so I just don't bother. But yeah, so a lot of people have been saying about the fact that, and I think Eustace was one that found that problem in the fact of when he was doing the mod work to his JD pack, removing labels, and you have to go into Blender or whatever to actually get those removed. So anyway, it is what it is. All right, so we're going to set this guy up. Now, normally what I would probably do is do left-right combination, but I think what we'll do this time is we're just going to do a center. I've got to remember how to do it. Because it doesn't always come up on the help screen what key it is to change it. Thought it is Y. Okay. There we go. That's what we want. So that's center, and there it is. Away we go. All right. So we'll quickly get this windrowed, and then go get the baler. We'll bring the baler down. We'll bring a tractor with the trailer, with the Flegel trailer, and we'll collect it all at the same time. We'll put it on follow me, and collect the bales as we're baling it. As we can't see anything again, and then hopefully we'll beat the rain. All right, should be able to do okay with this in cab, certainly for the header. So for those of you that aren't aware, we are doing a competition for a copy of FS17. Details are in my Discord channel, but basically the competition is reliant upon you modifying a mod and emblazoning it in something relative to the DoughBoy gaming channel. So for instance, like my Xerion 5000, you could put the DoughBoy logo on there, or whatever you so choose, and that will be voted upon by a VIP of our channel, and the winner will get a copy of Farming Simulator 19. Now obviously the mod needs to be in good taste. If you plan on entering the competition and you want a copy of my gaming logo, then that's fine, just let me know and I'll send that to you. But yeah, we just thought we'd do something different. Whether we get any entries or not doesn't matter together. That's okay. We just thought we'd try something a little bit different. So yeah, so if you're interested, go check out the Discord channel. I think there's a competitions channel, and it actually lists the rules, what little rules there are, and what you have to do in there. And then yeah, hopefully you can win yourself a copy of Farming Simulator 19. And then we also do have another 2 copies to give away, thanks to the generosity of our Patreons, and they will be given away in another competition, probably the end of this month, if not the first week of November. So stay tuned for that. One will definitely be done via a live stream, and the other will most likely be done via a video and then a set of responses. So we just have to work all that out. But we'll give everyone as much of an opportunity to win as we possibly can. Alright, let's turn the merge max around. I do like this this windrower. Actually, I did use it a lot when it first came out. It's obviously not the biggest one available, but I do enjoy this, and I also do enjoy the Rock. I think it was the Rock ROC. That's a good one as well, and I'm going to use that probably on. They're going to be using that on an upcoming episode of Beaver Creek. So yeah, so keep an eye out for that. It makes a difference than using the big Swadros and all that sort of stuff. So the more modern looking variants, I guess, for the want of a better term. But yeah, no, definitely enjoy this one, and the fact it's got the ability to change from left, right, and center. Makes it very handy. So like I was saying before, normally what I would do is I'd particularly for the up down runs, if we're doing parallel runs, not header runs or going around the field, I would do one run up and down, and then basically you'd end up getting one windrow with double the amount of product in it, of grass in it. So be quite effective, but on this occasion we're not going to do that. Although we probably should have, but this will do for now. I think that rain's about to come in. So we're going to be in some trouble. I mean, look, obviously I could have turned the time down or even turned it off, but sort of defeats the purpose. So we'll battle the elements. I know it's probably not quite as realistic in still windrowing it and picking it up when it's wet, but that's probably one part we'll do. I'm not quite as realistic as what VF is, for instance, in his realism series, but which he does a marvelous job on, may I say. But yeah, we'll just continue on. Oh, you're back. I didn't know you'd gone. Welcome back. I was just saying that my my level of realism isn't as good as yours. We probably shouldn't be windrowing and baling in the rain, but we'll just do it anyway. especially using the Wales geo. I mean, we might get to the point where we can't do anything. Oh, I know that feeling. Thankfully, our 3 Rugrats are in bed, so they watched our football game tonight, our team, and went to bed very well. Actually, the two young ones, they fell asleep at various times towards the end of the game, and so they got sent to bed there. And the eldest, he went to bed a little bit after. And being a very rare occasion, my wife is actually in the same room as me as I'm actually recording tonight. Normally she's either in bed or elsewhere, but she's being awfully quiet. She's been quite ill lately herself, but looks like hopefully the cortisone injection and all that sort of stuff may have put her back on the mend a little bit. So yeah, and even the dog's been quiet tonight, which is unusual. But no, I know exactly what you're talking about, VF. It's getting murkier and murkier by the minute. Sim's back for a bit as well. Bit of off-camera work. Hey, do you guys, when you're doing recording, I haven't actually checked to take notice of it, but I think both you guys still do 1080p. I'm just curious as to whether you've looked at or looked into doing 4K. I've been looking at and experimenting with the 4K with this new computer. It's got a lot more grunt, and I'm certainly to the point where it's 4K capable. Like I'm playing in 4K at 90 odd frames a second. The game's capping it at 60, but yeah, just sort of interested to see how others find it. I know the upload and all that's going to be a lot bigger, and that sort of takes a lot here, but yeah, okay. I mean, my big problem is not so much the recording. Oh, you record at 1080 and release at 720. Well, there you go. See, because my streaming obviously is only in 720, and that's just purely because my ISP is rubbish with the upload. But in saying that, it's better than what it was. I mean, previously it was only 1.5 meg. Oh, wrong button. And that didn't support streaming at all, and they updated it not so long ago, and that's why I was able to start streaming. They updated it to a max of 5. But yeah, no, I'm just sort of interested to see what others do. Wrong button again. Shouldn't change the key settings on the side panel. Oh, okay. All right, that's fair enough. What do you use, by the way, VF? If you don't mind me asking. I mean, I use OBS for recording, and I use slobs for streaming. We're going to go straight up the main road, I think. Need to get back to the farm as quick as we can and come back in and get this baled and collected. Back in cab, it's a lot quieter. Here is the rain. So sim saving computer build. So I may look at that. Okay, fair enough. Okay, use Lightworks to edit and render. Okay. Well, see, I use Premiere Pro just because I have the Creative Cloud pack, and the only reason I have that is I got it on student pricing because I'm my job is orientated around teaching, so I can get the teaching price. But yeah, so no, it's always just interesting to see what others do. I know Eustace uses NVIDIA Shadowplay for all his recording. I'm not sure what he edits in, but yeah, it's just interesting to see what other people use. Fair enough, VF. Yep, understand that. Yeah, I mean, it's not cheap. I mean, I pay... I think it's $14 a month for Creative Cloud under the teachers deal that I have, but that gets me all the Adobe products. So for instance, I use Premiere, I use Adobe Illustrator to do all the graphics, the lead graphics and all that sort of stuff on the videos, Audacity for doing audio cleaning and all that sort of stuff and just standard recording. What else? Yeah, so After Effects which is what I'm playing with at the moment for doing new intro credits and Patreon announcements and all that sort of stuff and closing credits. So yeah, okay. Yeah, I tried it for 1 or 2 videos and I certainly didn't get what I would call startling performance out of it. I mean, obviously it works well enough for Eustace, but I don't know. I just couldn't replicate any good settings at all, so I sort of gave up on it. All right, we're going to park him there. Jump out, grab this other 7 over here. All right, we'll just do it that way then. Jump out of him and go over here. Losing a lot of that straw, grass. All right, go grab the baler. And we'll do this rush baling job and see how we go. I mean, the other option is we could just use the loader wagon, grab all the grass and just store it. But 6 staff does the other, really. A little bit too far off. Find the right pedal, duck. Okay. All right. So we've got the baler. Put him here. Let's go grab the other tractor as he runs into the wall. So VF says, yeah, it's Creative Cloud he wants to upgrade to, but it's £45 a month. Yeah, it's not cheap. And if I didn't get it at the price I get it for, and the fact I can claim it for work, because that's what we use at work, then yeah, it's do it this way. I'm sick of that locking up. There it is. All right. Yeah, that's the only reason I've got it. I have got a whole pile of different ones. There was a very good free one I had that was probably as powerful, if not more powerful than Premiere Pro, but the learning curve on it was huge. So haven't sort of returned back to that one. I'll look that up actually and put it in the chat or something. Photoshop for about £8 a month, yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, the advantage I find with Creative Cloud and using Illustrator and all that sort of stuff is, so like for instance, when I'm doing certainly the video editing, I don't have to go off. I can make my files in Illustrator, for instance, or After Effects, and then I can drag those files directly into the timeline. I don't have to go and edit them or export them as another format like a PNG or a JPEG or whatever else. So anything that you do in that way is 100% lossless. So you're getting exactly what you create. So that's the advantage with it. Obviously, it's only when you sort of have to make the thumbnails for your YouTube and all that sort of stuff that you start getting that loss by having to create JPEGs or PNGs. But yeah, it makes it so much easier. So basically, I'll go edit the video. I'll make it in Illustrator or After Effects, which I've just started learning, as I said before, and then we just get that going and chuck it in the timeline and render it, and then it's all done. So it does make that a little bit easier. But I mean, like I said, you end up having to go back and do those steps anyway, because you need to use the images particularly, like I said, for the thumbnails or whatever else. Alright, so here we are. So we're going to grab some of this lovely wet grass. We're going to extend our baler. Alright, we're going to tell him to hold. Now, I should have told him to hold. So let's go and do some bales. Just get ahead a little bit. Get a bale done. You'll see the method in my madness, if you don't already know what I'm planning on doing. Oh, nice. I'm only just learning After Effects, so like my my new intro you might see is very, very basic. As I understand it, that's what Eustace uses for all his stuff, and he does a magnificent job. He really does with his work. Oh, this is giving me the absolute irrits. All right, let's go the other way. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually turn that off. Come in here. And we're going to get caught on the gate post because we're just not looking where we're going. All right, now come up here to the back of the baler. Yeah, so Eustace uses it, and I think he does a fantastic job with it. He really, really does. But stuffed if I can do that good of a job. All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to square bales are set. We're going to turn on the trailer so it automatically picks up. We're going to follow, and we're going to put an offset of 4 meters. Okay, so now what will happen is we'll lock up. Happening more and more with those tractors, but anyway, we're there now. So what should happen is as we're going along, we'll dump our bale down behind us. Eventually. Waiting. There he goes. And then when the other tractor comes past, so Matilda comes past with the other tractor, it should automatically pick up the bale, which it's done, and then we're all good. So let's get this going. All the time we're doing this, we're losing grass. So for those of you that aren't already aware, and you well and truly should be by now, but with seasons, the grass does dissipate. We do lose it in the rain, whether it be the bales or on the field or whatever else. So, and certainly at midnight, we lose it all. All right. Virtual says you. Oh, as I'm looking at the chat, not my screen. Eustace. Virtual says Eustace's stuff is amazing. Yeah, it is. I hate to say it publicly, but he does a fantastic job. I have 9 minutes. What do you mean I have 9 minutes? Have I missed something? What do I have 9 minutes for? Is the world going to blow up? Or is that when you're going? Oh, you did your title in After Effects as well. Okay, yeah. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, okay, there you go. So I've learnt something new. Thanks, VF. Oh, and it's Ian. Ian from Frontier Design is here. The grass reduces on the hour. Oh, there you go. Well, see, there you go. I didn't know this, so I'm learning something new. So after what are we at? 3,300 hours. I'm still a noob, and nothing there is going to change. But yeah, well, there you go. It's on the hour. Well, I wasn't aware of that, because normally I do try and get it. I don't do any grass work when it's raining. How are you, Ian? So for those of you that aren't aware, it's been a good night tonight. We've got all the big shots. The big shots in the little pond. Ian is one of the wonderful modders and founding members of Frontier Designs. So all welcome, Ian. He's a wonderful chap with some wonderful skills. And he is actually the man that helped me sort out how to use GE and get the grazing mod going on... what we do that on? Shamrock. He basically did the preparation a bit for me, and then I just had to add the code and that in. So yeah. But anyway, it takes 10,000 hours to become a master. Is that right? So have you done 10,000 hours, Sim? Well, we've got an impasse here. Actually, there you go. While we're at it, let's do an hour check. What's your play time? Everyone on the channel, if you're playing it on Steam, you'll obviously know. You just have to go to Steam and look at the channel or the page for the game. What's your play time? Not bad, Ian. Not bad. We'll see most of your... But see, that doesn't count all your time in GE, though. So you probably add another 5,000 to GE. DJ's at 400 hours. Sim reckons he's not far away from 10,000. I think it's a pretty big ask to get to 10,000, though. Alright, so I've had some of the grass probably go by now. We've hit over the hour. We're now at 3 o'clock game time. 3:02. Oh, Virtual Farmer doesn't have it on Steam. Yeah, likely story. Likely story. No, I understand. When you're playing the corporate betas all the time, VF, I know you don't get the Steam versions. You get the gold cased special limited edition one where they have someone come and install it on your machine for you. We know how it goes for you stars. Have I got that right? Had one of the staff come over and install it for you, same as they're doing for 19. Easily in GE and Notepad is 10,000 hours. Yeah, well that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all, Ian. So how are you, Ian? Yeah, I reckon you would, VF. I reckon you should be well and truly above what I'm at. By far. I have to admit though that there's a fair few of my hours just because the fact that I'm a net are the result of signing off on a night and then not realising that because I've alt-tabbed, it's still running, and then I come back from work the next day, so it's been running for 18 hours. So yeah, I know you're just Mr. Popular. I've still only got 100 subs. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. We're at just not following close enough. There we go. That's better. We've got what do we got now? 613 subs, I think it is at the moment. So we're slowly getting there, slowly climbing. Si's got 359 hours. Yeah, well, that's good. Okay. So Ian said he's not too bad. Ups and downs, all that sort of thing. So, someone was telling me the other day, I think it might have been Silver News, was saying, has Bullet definitely is committed now to doing Culver Park Farm for 19? Oh, for ATS I got bugger all. I think I've got just over 100 hours for ATS. Oh, look, yeah, on JD's I've got about 7 hours. 7 hours on John Deere's. Out of the 3,300. Actually, no, that wouldn't be quite true, because I did use the JD cotton harvester a fair bit. But yeah, definitely there wouldn't be much in the way of John Deere hours. Oh dear. Let me guess. Si mentioned Eustace in chat, or he mentioned those four-legged animals that are coming in the in FS19 that aren't the pigs, the cows, the sheep, or the dog. Oh, okay. I know he was talking about it, but I wasn't so sure that he'd actually definitely committed to doing it, because he was sort of umming. Last I sort of heard he was umming and ahhing a bit, but I tend to miss the obvious sometimes, as you know. All right, I think he's full. That's what we might do, is we might just jump out, check if he's full. All right, 2 more. Actually, we can drop 2 out of here. We'll just move on up here, and then we'll replace Matilda, and we'll go and get that emptied. Oh, 1 more. It doesn't matter. We'll do it anyway. All right. So we'll go and offload this nice and quickly in our bale storage shed. All right. Ian says, I'm very much looking forward to Culver Park Farm. Mate, so am I. I mean, if he's going to do that, that'll be fantastic. Now, I'm assuming that he's not going to do the placeable farm. He's going to do the fully detailed, which is what we have come to love and expect from BB. So, yeah, really looking forward to that. That'll be fantastic. Oh, VF said that. Sorry, Ian. Yeah, no, look, definitely. I'm definitely looking forward to Culver Park Farm. I'm looking forward to anything that Frontier Design pull out. To be brutally honest, I mean, they haven't failed as yet. So I believe Ian is going to do the dog food cannery and also the glue factory for me. I haven't heard much from GTX Andy of late, so I don't know if he's avoiding me because Peter had been on his case, but I'm looking for a modder to make those mods for me. So that's going to be a much needed mod for 19 as far as I'm concerned. But we won't talk about that anymore because it gets my blood pressure rising. All right. So we'll drop all this off. This is pretty much one of my favourite mods from 2017. The bale storage mod. Fantastic mod from GTX and the crew at LS Mod Company. Just brilliant, really is. And there's its counterpart, the wool storage shed, which we've got to fill up with all the wool that's over at the sheep area. But in the meantime, we're just going to fly through the farm. There will be an ultimate collision here at some point. It's bound to be. All right. Oh dear, what did Ian get timed out for? Did you mention horses or Eustace, Ian? Well, I don't know what you said. Oh, I'm too busy reading chat, and there's the crash. I told you it was coming. I haven't got any mods in here either. Where are my mods? So I can find out what he said. Anyway, doesn't matter. Oh, where am I caught up? It's a trailer, isn't it? Right. Oh, this is going to be a pain to extricate myself from here. There we go. Right. Oh, we out? No. Oh, come out of there. Right, this is just getting ridiculous. Come on. Get your way out of there. Then you'll get a timeout for 600 seconds. Alright. What the hell has got me caught up? Nightbot, that was really, really unnecessary. Sorry, Ian. There was nothing that I saw. Hang on, let me waited long enough with my crashing there. Let's have a look. So Ian said, Colburn Park Farm as a family farmer has a lot of value to him, and he wasn't happy with his first version he did. And we all have all come along since BB did the first version. I can't understand why Nightbot would ban Ian for that. I'm so sorry, Ian. There's nothing in there that I can see has even triggered that. Nothing at all. Anyway. You know what? I can fix that quite quickly. What I'll do is... Right. So, Ian, you should be able to talk again now. I should have overridden that. Hopefully. Maybe. You still there, Ian? Or have you left in disgust? Yeah, but he didn't spam anything. That's the whole thing. Like, there was nothing there that he spammed. Unless it thought BB was spamming, like using the abbreviation, but it shouldn't have. I don't know. It's bizarre. Alright, let's get this finished. Alright. Get back into there. Oh, seriously? Alright. So Matilda must have gone back to the farmhouse for rest. We've now got Jerry. And yes, that is Jerry, as in Grizzly Bear Sims. Alright. Yeah, I've made Ian a moderator, which I thought he was before anyway, but I don't know if that actually overrides the timeout he's already received. I mean, he won't get a timeout again from Nightbot. Well, I don't know if it overrides one that's already been put in place. He's probably left with disgust. I'll go to Frontier Designs Discord channel and I'll be kicked from there. I will have to admonish Nightbot. It's just weird. In fact, it happened to someone last night, wasn't it too, that said something and it wasn't. There was nothing in it that we could determine was there, and I haven't got it set to a particularly strict level in relation to anything in particular other than those two particular words, which is just said before. So I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, that's right. Oh, so you've come in with a different account, a different login. All right, fair enough. No worries. No, he's just come in with something different. All good. All good. I'm sorry, Ian. I don't know what Nightbot's doing. He's out of control. Yeah, I think it was you. So I got done for something really silly last night, but anyway, it's what happens, I guess. These AI bots aren't quite as intelligent as they could be, I guess. All right, well that's that field basically done. So we got 1 and a bit trailer loads. That's not too bad. That'll keep the sheep fed for a little bit, which is all we're after. Okay, so we'll fold him up. We'll get him back to follow behind normally, and Jerry can follow us back to the farm. Oh, I don't argue with that at all. Certainly a lot more intelligent than a lot of human beings, but still a few sandwiches short of a picnic though. Alright, see if Jerry comes through that gate alright. And he seems to have. Alright, so let's go. So, what we'll do, just in case people haven't seen, I did mention it earlier, this is the IC for this tractor, and with the real GPS mod. So as you can see, we can actually go into here and run the real GPS. Now it's not like the GPS mod where we can actually set up routes on the field and all that sort of stuff, but it does integrate the minimap in here. Also, we've got the functionality of being able to turn on all our lights and all that from in-cab, doing it this way. As well, we could also do it, I'm going to turn that off, whoops. Also from down here, we've also got the ability to turn on four-wheel drive, lock our differential, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so this is a fantastic mod. It's just a shame the tractor has a couple of little quirks in it, but the tractor itself, modelling wise, is fantastic as well. It's probably one of the best John Deeres that I've got in the mods that I've got here. But this GPS mod is what I was talking about earlier. The real GPS mod is fantastic, and I really do like it. And it's the one reason why pretty much in all the series where I'm using JDs now, which is what? This series, Lone Oak Farm, Go Big or Go Home, which I've got a couple of episodes about to come out for that soon, and also on Shamrock Valley Farm. So I've replaced 7 series and 6R series I had on those maps with this tractor. So yeah, not too bad, but it is nice having that little mini map there. I mean, obviously the mini map I'm using is the better mini map. I think that's what it's actually called, the mod, as well. So yeah. So what we might do before we actually go back to the farm, and seeing as we're up here with the trailer, we might just pull in here where the sheep are and load up some sheep bales, some wool bales, and we'll take them down the farm as well. So we'll jump out. Now we've got some wool bales down in there. They're pretty much full, I think, so that'll be okay. We can just throw them in. And we've got some in the other field there as well, in storage. Oh, actually, no, we can't do that because we've got grass bales on. So disregard that. We're going to go down, then come back up. Oh, it's a mess. Oh, for crying out loud. Right, there we go. Now we've got Lily driving. Alright. Yeah, it is pretty cool, VF. So this mod is on FS UK. So yeah, not too bad at all. This is the real GPS mod. So the guy that did the tractor incorporated the real GPS mod in this tractor when he released it. Although I think he's released the tractor earlier. That's what I was saying earlier, I think before you came in the stream, that I would like to think that the guy that's developed this real GPS mod does this fairly quick for 19, and hopefully a few modders can get this in their mods early on in 19, because it is a good add-on. It's really good. So it makes the JD worthwhile driving in this case, because you've got that little bit of an extra added feature. So all right, into the farm we go. So we'll just come around here, we'll offload the bales, I'll park him there for now. Instead of getting out, we'll just tab, because we know it's going to cause us problems. Alright. Hopefully let's put that out, and it has. And we'll offload, and that's it. So we've got a good amount of bales there now. We should be fine with our sheep for now. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to go off and we'll grab our wool bales, and we'll bring them back to the farm, and then that'll probably be it for this stream, because that's what have we been going for 2 hours now, I think. I think that's more than enough before I bore the legs off everyone, or the ears. Now tomorrow, like I said, there won't be a live stream in the morning, my time, and doubtful I'll do one tomorrow night. There won't be one tomorrow morning because Bathurst. But yeah, so we'll just be back next weekend for our live streams, and hopefully we'll get a couple of videos out this week. So we've got a couple of them recorded that we recorded and we couldn't find them, then we found them again. So hopefully get those out this week as well. Oh, look, there's some really terrible ones. I mean, there's some that are okay, but the colours are just too far off. So when you sort of have a couple of different mods in the game, it just doesn't look right. And you know, I know I sit here and I stir up the JD fanboys a lot, because I don't overly like JD. I'm getting an appreciation for them. I don't mind them, but they're not my favourite by any means. As I've just got caught up on that damn fence post. Yeah, the... Right, let me just get this into the field before I start talking again. Just extricate it out of there. Right, hopefully it should come up. It's getting... Same point it got caught on that that hedge earlier. Just near the wheels. Yeah, so the thing I've noticed mostly with the JD mods as opposed to, say, let's say for instance the Class or the Massey Ferguson, is you get a whole pile of different mods from a different mod maker. And generally the Class or the Massey Ferguson or the New Hollands, the colours are pretty much the same all the way through. However, when it comes to the JDs, the colour sequencing for some is so wrong it's not funny. But anyway, that's I suppose that's all part and parcel of doing it. All right, we want to pick up some bales, pallets. There we go. You reverse up, grab them. Right, for those of you that don't know, you won't see me using forks for these things very often. Although I might have to for this next set. We'll see how we go. We'll try and reverse this trailer back down to grab our other ones. If I could learn which way I'm steering. Now, what we'll do is we'll just take these for now and bit of a different view for everyone. Now if I go through there, this probably isn't the best tractor to have brought in here. Alright. So we'll go through here and do a U-E and then come back out again. Alright. So I think we should be okay now. Yeah, so that's the big disappointment I guess with the JDs. But I mean look, there are some very nice ones. That 9R that I was using earlier, that's not bad either. As I said, I haven't used much of in the way of the big tracked trailers. I got caught up on the same place again. I've never actually encountered this Flegel trailer being that sticky on that particular part and getting caught so easily. But obviously it's not great. So what we're going to do is see if we can get out of here without doing that. What we'll do is we'll just do the crossover, play the angles game, and finally get out of there. Alright. Phew. That took a lot longer than what we wanted. Alright. Yeah, so I mean, yeah. That's probably the disappointment. That's one of the good things I think coming with yeah, I don't like trailer assist though. But anyway, that's one of the things I'm looking forward to with FS17 and the fact that the color codes or the color schemes are going to be available in relation to the fact that when you go and, well, as I understand it, for the modders, they'll be able to pick the JD color scheme and it'll actually have the correct color tones and all that sort of in there. So that'll be good to see. Yeah, look, I've tried that trailer assist thing and I found that was more of a pain to use than what it wasn't. And and I haven't found, I don't normally use this big longer trailer. I normally use the shorter one, and I haven't noticed that problem with obviously a bit of an overflow with the collision or whatever else near the wheels. So I don't know what that is. That's new to me, but I'm obviously finding it on this map with the tight gate openings and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, that side, load them in, and there we go. So all our wool bales for there are now in there nice and safe. We've got round through here. So this is it, one of our grass fields we turned into a placeable. Now the reason why it's got so much grass growing everywhere is we had the map crash when we swapped over from 1 to 2. We had a whole pile of things that didn't go right when we started starting it. Anyway, so we had a couple of different goes at it, and the last go, instead of getting it ready for when I was planning on live streaming, we just accelerated a little bit and did a bit of cheating on it. So that's why there's all that extra grass there which I have to get rid of, which I would do in GE, but again, I don't touch GE. Alright, there we go. So we've got the grass done, we've got our fields ploughed, we just got to seed them when the rain stops, and then we'll be continuing on our lovely Welsh map. Didn't you start, I think this is one that you played on, didn't you, VF, for a while? Alright, there we go. We've been trying to piece together how all the new textures and things work, but it's a little confusing as it seems to favour Maya instead of Blender, obviously. Fair enough. Have you got access to the new Giants editor or anything yet, Ian? I mean, you may not be able to tell me, but that's fine. Just out of curiosity. Put this baler away. So I'm pretty sure Black Sheep Modding have already got access. By the fact they're already showing screenshots off of was it the Valley of the Old Farm they're bringing back for 19? I can't remember now. There was a map they were showing off. I hope they do Valley of the Old Farm. Actually, that's one map I've really enjoyed. It's not to the same standard, granted, as Frontier Designs. I'm not just saying that because Ian's in here. It's definitely the same standard, but I tell you what, it's better than a lot, and the map itself is just, I think, is great to play. All right. So I think that's about it for us tonight. We'll take this guy into the shed over here, which is put under cover. Oh, okay, fair enough. Because didn't they give early access last year or the year before, like for Farming Simulator 17? Is that right? I know a couple of people have said that they had. Oh dear. Well, there's nothing wrong with that message either. So Ian said, no, we don't have it, to my understanding. It is still in dev. As far as I know, we are in contact with Giants, but that's about all I can say at the moment. And VF says it would require partly releasing the game. Yeah, no, look, I understand that. It's a bit of a shame in a way, but it just makes me wonder though, because that screenshot that Black Sheep Modding put up on their website, it looks to have a lot better textures than that in it. So I don't know whether it's just the fact they've done a bit of a shading job on it, or what. But anyway, who knows? All right. I would like to extend my most gracious thanks to all of you for coming in and hanging around with me tonight, particularly to our great friends Virtual Farmer, Simulation for the Nation, Ian from Frontier Designs, Cy, DJ still around here somewhere, Darren Cassell, who popped in as well. So I would, yeah, thanks very much for joining in, guys, taking time out of your busy schedule to come and spend some time in the pond. So Ian says that some screenshots we have seen from G8 does look much different to 7. Okay, no worries. Yeah, so thanks very much for joining us, guys. It's an absolute pleasure to have you guys in here, and I'm always humbled to have you guys here. It's been a wonderful learning experience yet again, which is the other good thing about having you guys rock up. It's always a learning experience, and we certainly look forward to catching up with you again soon. To VF, all the best, mate. Enjoy your time when you go over to Giants headquarters. Oh, Mad Skipman's still here as well. G'day, Mad. I'm sorry I didn't mention you as well. VF, enjoy your time over at Giants headquarters. We really look forward to checking out what you show us when you're over there. So looking forward to that. I'll make sure that once we sort of see your schedule, I'll let everyone know in not only my channel but also in the Simulation Gaming Society what's going on, so they can come and tune in and see us showcase the Big M in all its glory. All right, again, thank you very much, gents. Like I say, we may have seen earlier beta screenshots. Who knows? Always a pleasure. No worries. Thanks, Ian. No, very, very fun, and I always enjoy having you guys over here. So that's all from me for Gwenddyr Farm. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones, no matter where you are in the world, whether it be a morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Do take care of yourself and all your loved ones, and we shall see you again very, very soon back here at Duckzilla Gaming. Take care. See you later.